This is Virtual Tarot, and welcome to the Temple of Delphi. I'm Ava.
And I'm Trudy. So we're coming at you from Mount Parnassus.
Parnassus.
Which
what a beautiful
meant
name.
Mountain of the Wolf.
Mountain of the Wolf. They had wolves.
Yes.
There.
Yes, there are
But
many,
I
many
wonder if there
wolves.
are any wolves there now.
There are still wolves, yes.
Are there?
You can hear them howling, supposedly.
Oh, wow.
In the middle of the night.
Mysterious. It
Isn't that
must have
cool?
been to live there.
Oh, yeah. Very
And
cool.
on the gateway into the temple is the inscription of the famous words, "Know thyself," which is what the tarot is all about. It's about getting to know yourself in a very deep and complex way, because we as human beings are the most complex beings in the universe that we know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, we know our friends, but we do not know anything about ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is why it's easier for us to solve our friends' problems
Yeah.
than it is to solve our own problems.
Right.
So the tarot helps in giving you that kind of distance from your problem, and through the use of beautiful symbols, images, it reveals to you aspects of your own self and about the situation that you weren't previously, or maybe you were aware of them. But sometimes it gets muddled in the constant self-talk.
So you can see yourself through the I can't say that word. Symbology of the tarot. Iconography
Iconography.
of the
It's
tarot.
not an easy word.
It's a mirror. Okay.
That's right. So, Libra.
Let's read for Libra. First, we're going to tell you what we do here at the Oracle
Yes,
Temple.
We are the oracles.
What do we do here? We read a 4-card tarot spread for every sign every month. And you come to us for that. What we'll do first is we'll do a recap, and then we'll go into October. That said, first card of the 4-card spread
Represents the energy of the environment, the nuances of that environment for the month of October.
And then the second card will represent challenges that you may face. Third card.
Is the unexpected.
And the fourth card represents the outcome, and we will wrap it all up, the 4 cards, into a narrative, because these cards do not live alone. And after that, we'll divulge a bit of spiritual counsel.
Yes.
And then we'll send you on your way so you can go trick or treat. Yay! Go Libra. Okay, so we're ready for last month's recap. You ready?
Ready.
Okay. First card.
Though you had a major arcana card, Strength Upright. This is a beautiful, beautiful thing, because the entire month is a month of self-improvement almost, where you get a hold of yourself, where you find the courage, the inner strength to deal with whatever it is you have to deal with. And it is about also conquering that ego in you as well, because the lower self, the part of you that wants to take you where it wants to go, sort of,
The beastie
the
part.
beastie part of you, the lower self.
Right. The beastie boy part of you.
Right,
You have
right.
to get your arms around that.
And so it's really quite beautiful, because it often represents sort of an adventure also, sort of the opening up of an adventure in which courage and self-reliance are tested.
Right. Courage is a big part of the strength card.
right.
A big part. Okay, and then moving into the next card, we had the 7 of Cups. Reversed in the position of challenge. Stump the psychic.
So it's interesting because, all right, so you're manifesting things. You're bringing to fruition some of your dreams. And so some of these may not be to your liking, actually. So it's the sort of pouring out of the various dreams that you've had and making it manifest, and then becoming aware of what that really means.
Exactly.
Do you really want that?
Or does that make any sense?
Does it make any sense to you?
Is that just craziness?
Yeah, or are you just being frivolous?
Right. Some of these ideas don't make any sense.
No.
Yeah.
And so your challenge is to find from
Upright
that, the panoply of things that you're manifesting, that which you truly want.
Right. But don't get crazy with your desires,
Yes.
or don't go crazy.
Because it can overwhelm you emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
Really.
And others.
And others as well.
Right.
It can become overbearing to others.
Mm-hmm. And then the next card,
The Queen of Wands.
in the position of the unexpected, we have the career girl. This is the queen who can keep things buzzing along at home and then zip off to work.
Right.
So she's kind of got everything under control. She's also a great queen to have at your side if you're starting something new, which looks as if Libra might be doing some visioning right now, coming up with some new ideas. So this would be a really great fiery queen to have at your side. She's also a very passionate queen. In the upright, she's loyal. In the reverse, she's not. Have you seen that movie Trainwreck?
No.
Yeah, that would be Amy
really?
Schumer.
Oh, really?
Would be the Queen of Wands reversed.
Oh, okay. Well, perhaps I'll have a look at that.
You're going to have to, but this is the Queen in the upright. This is
right.
the second half of the movie. Amy Schumer in the second half of the
Oh,
movie.
all right.
But anyway, this is a good queen to have at your side. Now, if this queen is you, you may have been a little bit, not disjointed, but out there. Like some of these ideas that you've had have been a bit out there.
Right.
But unexpectedly, you become
Forceful.
and able to really
Manage it all.
Yeah.
And also very much content with what you've achieved. And very satisfied with the results of that.
Or being able to actually see a career path.
Right. And
Clearly.
and sometimes it's she's a very independent queen. So being independent minded and independent in your visions too, and not needing others as much for their for their guidance.
Right.
You being the one who's the guiding principle.
Yes.
And then we have the Seven of Pentacles reversed.
Yes. And we had said delegate.
Delegate.
In order to see that return on your investment, you may need to delegate. And it is a Pentacle card. Once again, we have a card that says maybe your ideas aren't grounded as of yet. Because we have that 7.
That's right.
Reversed. So the challenge may be to come up with a situation that actually is going to make sense, pay off.
Pay off. And or a Seven of Pentacles reversed. You see, so when it's upright, you've already achieved something. You've built your store of seed. The seed is grown. You've harvested it. You are now ready to take it in a new direction. But when it's reversed, it's not knowing which direction you want to take this in.
Right.
Like you're there, you know you want to do something else. But what else? Which way should I go?
Right.
And it harkens back to the Seven of Cups reversed.
Absolutely. Yes.
So it's like not having the resources, but not having a direction yet.
Exactly.
But surprisingly, again, Queen of Wands comes up.
Queen of Wands is the career queen.
Is the career queen. So
Right.
she is more decisive. So you do, in a sense, become that unexpectedly in the midst of all this
or there's
indecisiveness.
someone around you
Or
who's
someone
giving
who
you
helps
counsel.
Who's giving you good counsel.
Yeah.
Right.
Someone who's already been there, done that.
Right.
Written a business plan.
Yeah.
Which it sounds like that's kind of what you need.
Right. Somebody might be persuading you towards a certain direction.
Yeah. But it could also mean investments. So if you're trying to invest,
It's investments.
real estate, any kind of,
And you've
stock
got
market thing.
So many options.
Mm-hmm.
So many that it's a little bit overwhelming.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So,
There you go.
all right, we're ready.
We are ready, and we're going to read for the month of October. Libra, we got to white light these cards.
Oh,
Don't turn them too quick. You ready?
White light everywhere.
Ava's done a really nice job. Everybody's had a really nice reading.
Oh, don't jinx it.
Except for Cancer.
Everyone needs to fail sometime. Right, here we go.
Cancer. Yours wasn't too bad.
No,
You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's see. Oh, my. So up comes the Mussolini card.
Mussolini,
The
yes.
Emperor reversed. This is not a very nice
Stalin
man.
or Mussolini.
Yeah. This guy
So you
is-
become Stalin or Mussolini.
Or someone around you becomes Stalin or
Stalin or
Mussolini.
Yes, this is a dogmatism. This is the rigidity. This is organization with a sort of heavy hand.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you find yourself in some sort of organization like that, where everything is a little bit too strict,
Yeah.
too unwieldy, too sober, without enough levity, without enough
Right.
creative input.
It's also the bad daddy card.
Yes.
The Emperor. The Empress would be the bad mommy in reverse.
Right.
This is the card of the father.
The overbearing father.
Yes.
Or
the disconnected father.
Or again, reversals can be opposites.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, it could be being too loose, not being disciplined enough, self-disciplined enough, not having enough of a direction, enough sobriety, enough emotional control, because the emperor is extremely controlled emotionally.
So as a Libra, you may be facing either someone around you, since this is male energy, who is a spouse or a father figure or something like that, who maybe isn't at their highest and best this month.
Right, and annoying you or just not yielding to you, not cooperating with you, as if it's a person.
Making rules for no reason.
Yes, dictating for simple
It's the
power.
dictator.
Yeah, the dictator for simple.
For the sake of power.
It's like Bush.
Yeah.
He's the decider,
Yeah.
right? But those decisions aren't often good.
Right.
So it might be that.
They can result in a very disorganized.
A disorganized, dysfunctional, and maybe even a disaster
Yeah.
of one form or another.
Yeah.
So you have to be cognizant
On the lookout.
on the lookout to see if you find yourself in this kind of environment, well, you simply have to adapt to it the best you can. And let's see then what your challenge
Go
is.
underground.
Go underground, right. Oh, yes.
Oh boy, so you're going to face it head on. There
you
you go. Okay, so we have the Ace of Swords. Great card. This is, if you're learning to read the tarot, this has to do with verbal communication, speaking your truth,
Right.
and actually,
Presenting your idea forcefully.
yeah.
And being
Black and white about
black
it.
and white, and starting maybe a new intellectual project. This is even teaching. Do you know that? In the sense because it is introducing ideas, and so it's the challenge is to start something on an intellectual level, and be forthright with it. It's about communication, and your challenge is to be as
Pen is mightier than the sword.
oh yes, well there's always more power in the word than in the sword.
Right. So your challenge is to find those mighty words.
To find the words and
Yeah.
to achieve your goal. But again, it could
Exactly.
be simply about learning and teaching. That's generally what it could be about. Something new in a new way.
And also getting a grip on a situation.
Right.
the idea.
The
Get
idea.
a grip on an idea.
Right.
It's a new idea.
Fathoming it
Yes.
completely.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a card of confidence, too. So your challenge is to be confident about what you know.
Yeah, it's also a victory card.
It is. And you to achieve a victory through the intellect.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay, so in the fifth position, we have, in the third position, which is the position of the unexpected, we have the Five of Cups reversed. Here it is. You can see this card. We've got this gentleman who is crying over 3 cups that have spilt behind him.
Right.
He has 2 cups.
Right.
So in the upright, this card would be telling you that you need to pay attention and count your blessings.
Yeah.
More or less. Now, in the inverse, it can mean that you've been sort of drowning in the situation for a while, which is one interpretation. Another could mean you're coming out of a time period of grieving.
Right, where you stop feeling sorry for yourself.
Yeah.
And you stop looking at what you lost in a situation and you turn around and you see what you actually have.
Or it can mean you're revisiting
It
past despair.
It could be. It could be past situations that didn't meet with your emotional satisfaction.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
Past
Past stuff.
because of this card.
Right. It
We've
might
got
be.
this father card here
Right. So maybe past issues
with a parent even.
with a parent, perhaps.
Or even a husband.
Right. Past issues.
A
You know
boss.
how it is with long-term relationships is wounds tend to fester
Mm-hmm.
and they won't heal because they're revisited
Yeah.
through negative recall.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a way of, manipulation and control
Mm-hmm.
is by the reminding one of past grievances and wounds and pain.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be, just a heads up, it could be that, or it could be the opposite of that,
Yeah.
which is
You're moving past it.
you're moving past it and you get over it, and you get over whatever pain you may have felt inflicted by this person before. You grow up.
Yeah, and if
In
you
a
meet your
sense.
challenge, that means that you will be the victor within the situation
Yes,
if you
meet the
that
challenge. If you remain honest
Mm-hmm.
and don't be
Forthright.
shy about speaking your truth.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a wonderful ending.
Oh, here we go again.
she's
I
come
love it when
back.
this happens. It's the
Right.
Queen of Wands. She's always got your back, this
She always-
queen.
Yes. She's there again.
There she is. She shows up at the very end of the month. You can see the sunflowers behind her, and it's a blue sky. She's got her little kitty cat.
Kitty cat, just like mine. This little scooter.
Right, and she's in charge, and she's, she just keeps showing up. It's interesting.
Well,
because,
she leads with vision,
Mhm.
and she's confident, and she's just as capable of having a happy home life as she is a happy career life. And she's got her legs spread open.
She's also a wanderer.
She's a wanderer.
She likes to travel.
She's very independent-minded. She loves
Mm-hmm.
to travel. She loves to do things as she likes to
And
do
she's
them.
not going to wait around for this.
No, and she's certainly not. Oh, she's quite a. Shall we say a foe for a reversed emperor.
Oh, yeah. If there's anyone who can deal with a reversed emperor.
It is
The
Queen
bad
of
daddy,
Wands.
it would
the
be the
bad
queen.
daddy. It's the Queen of Wands.
Right.
Because she will brook no. What would you call him? Insolence.
Mm-hmm.
Because he is insolent.
Mm-hmm.
So she will brook no insolence.
Exactly. But
And-
she doesn't need the emperor.
No,
She
doesn't
can take
need him.
care of herself.
Right.
She's the most independent queen in the deck.
Yeah, in a sense, you realize you don't need the structure. You don't need to dwell upon past hurts. You don't need to go there. And you're fresh and free of it. At the end of the month, you're liberated.
Yep. Right. Because if you look at this reading, isn't this interesting? If you have a parent, an aging parent, you're going to be able to move them wherever they need to go and move past this. That might be part of it. And speak to them about, you know how sometimes older people, like, they want to drive when they shouldn't be driving. You know, they're just sort of
And
insolent, as you said.
Insolent, or the fact that their power is draining from them in one way or the other is negatively compensated in other ways by trying to manipulate you emotionally. You see? So it's just human nature. And so you maturely deal with that, all of that directly, and you're decisive. You're very decisive. Especially if you meet your challenge, which is to be decisive, which is to not fiddle around with maybe, just do it.
Yeah, treat the situation as you would a job or a client.
Right.
And that is the best way to approach
Detach
the situation.
and just decide what needs to be decided. All right.
Very nice reading. And we do have a 5th card, Libra, if you're interested.
Yes.
Please pick up on the 5th card. You'll get more information on this 4-card spread because we have a little more time to think about it.
And if you want to know what they're all about, the best thing to do is to listen to one of the previous ones that we offer free.
Right.
We have one up for Capricorn.
Cancer.
Cancer?
We're going to do Cancer.
Well, I know, but previous one.
Oh, the previous one. I think it is Capricorn.
Capricorn. And we'll put one up for Gemini.
And then this month we're doing Cancer.
Then we'll have one for Cancer. So there'll be 3 examples for you, and you can listen to them and see the difference between that and these, and see if you'd like to find out what that council card is. I think that's the best way.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Okay, and if you'd like a personal and private reading, go to avatrudyvirtualtarot.com. Click on the Purchase a Reading tab. There's nothing like a personal reading. Then we can actually address your issues.
Yeah, your personal reading.
Yeah.
It means really a deep, it's nobody but you that Spirit will be speaking to.
I could see a life path here. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
Or issues with family. Deep hurts from the past.
Right.
Things like that.
So thanks a lot.
Thank you.
We appreciate you tuning in, and come on back. We'll be back at the temple next month, right?
Yes, back in Delphi.
In November. Bye.
Bye.